Good morning, everyone. Well, it's Friday, April the 22nd. We are quickly rushing towards the end of April, and within a week and a half, we'll be into another month. Gail and I spent last night at a concert. It was a Bruce Cockburn concert, and for those of you who have never heard that name, I first learned about Bruce Cockburn when I was in Bible school in the early 1970s. His album, High Winds, White Sky, was incredibly impactful for me. Well, I've been following his life and career, especially in the early days, not so much lately, but it was great to see him. He's now 76 years old. He's got osteoporosis and some arthritis in his hands, and so he doesn't play quite as well, but he plays way better than I ever could hope to play. And his voice is still strong, and it was a really good concert. In the mid-70s, he had a crisis that happened in his marriage that was beginning to fall apart, and he called out to Jesus for help. And he describes the time as Jesus coming in, filling the room with his presence, and he became a Christian at that particular day. And from that point on, all the way through to even today, many of his songs include that aspect of hope, that aspect of joy that is ununderstandable, and that aspect of compassion for those who are going through challenging and difficult times. Anyway, it reminded me of a passage from Romans chapter 12, verse 15, where Paul says, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep." As Bruce Cockburn has done in his life, where he went into a lot of areas where there was poverty and where there was war, and he wrote songs about what we are doing to our own humanity by fighting against each other. And so he has this whole aspect of rejoicing, but he also has this aspect of weeping with those who weep. There are times in our lives where we try to avoid those people who are going through challenging times because it's hard. It's hard to walk alongside those who are going through difficult times. And yet this Bible passage from Romans chapter 12 encourages us to not only be there to rejoice with those who are rejoicing, but also to be willing to grieve and to weep along with those who are struggling and are weeping and grieving. I'm not sure what you are going through this day or in this week or this weekend, but I know that there are some of you who are grieving, and I need you to know that in my prayers for each of you, I pray that God would be just like he was for Bruce Cockburn, be there to fill the room where you are with his presence, so that you might know that you are not alone, and that you might receive encouragement and comfort by his presence. God bless you, church. Praying for you today. Have a great weekend.
High winds, white sky, wild birds do glide, tattered smoke fades, embers in the pipe move like light.